Well, hello everybody. Welcome to this new live session of Girlstalk. Talk by faith, not by sight. Today I'm here again with my beautiful sister, Chanel.
Hey
Hey
guys.
Chanel, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good,
Very
good.
content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are going
So,
to speak on the topic being realistic when it comes to dating. And
yes.
yeah, this is a subject. It's different from the content that we talk to you about before today,
Yeah.
but it's something we feel in the spirit to talk to you about. And I'm gonna be really honest. Dating is a long time ago for me. It's not in my uh, near past. So
yeah.
I haven't date. I date. I no. I need to be honest. I date my husband, but I haven't had a date with anybody else for over 18 years. So
Wow.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to be honest. I don't feel like dating anybody. I don't think I would be up for it.
No. No.
No.
In today's dating scene, no.
So tell me
yeah.
about today's dating scene, because you are a newlywed, of course,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's not so it's in your near past dating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Compared to you. Yeah.
To compare
Yeah.
to
So,
yeah.
right? no. So I met my husband through online dating, an online dating app.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it was like, okay, so the dating app I use wasn't that bad, but when you think about Tinder and everything and the stories you hear, it's crazy. It is like this battlefield, and people are just not serious, and you don't really know the intentions of someone. So that
That's
makes
it.
it harder to know whether someone is genuine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
can
yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is.
I
It,
can
it's
imagine.
yeah.
And okay, we are upfront. So was it a Christian dating app?
No, no, it was something like Tinder, but like less with a focus on just hookup culture. It was more like for
Okay.
like I think their slogan is something like the sign to be deleted.
Okay.
Applying like when you meet the love of your life, you're gonna delete the app, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's back up a little bit. What made you
yeah.
decide to sign up for a dating app?
Okay, let's start with that. Basically, it was
Mhm.
very random. I was in the car with my best friend Kiki. We were eating some McDonald's,
Mhm.
and I don't know how this topic came. I think another friend downloaded the app, and I was like, should I download this app as well and just see where it goes, or. And she was like, yeah, just download it, just do it. I was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna do it. So it was
Okay.
very random. Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
like with the intention of I'm gonna meet my future husband there. No, not at all.
But you
Yeah,
did though. But okay.
I did
Okay.
though.
No, so
Amen.
yeah,
Amen.
okay. But yeah, for
Yeah.
me, to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think, maybe I'm a little old school. I don't think I would use the app like that. I don't think
I see.
I'm not I'm
Yeah.
not that open-minded. You know,
No, no. Yeah.
no, I don't think I'm like everything goes natural. So that's my point of view.
Yeah.
I don't think I would use a dating app. So I want to
A
understand,
dating app.
why did you choose to use it? But it was
I
just
would
random.
like it was random at that moment, but in general,
Hmm.
because I have used dating apps before,
Oh,
it
you
was
did?
because I wasn't
Okay.
outside. Yeah, I did. So like, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like years, a span of like years between it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I don't really go outside, and it was
Mm-hmm.
partially because of the anxiety. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, a dating app felt a bit safer, as in you don't have to meet someone outside or something. Because that was the way I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
Because I
It's a
was,
virtual love.
it's a virtual love. You don't have to go outside. I was very with the pen pals and just everything online.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah, because I wasn't
Okay.
really going
So
outside. No.
how many, I know you have to swipe right and swipe left. I don't know which side
hmm
is what, but
Yeah, yeah.
how many swipes did you
Until I came to my husband,
do? Mm-hmm.
um, I would say about five, five to
Only 5?
6. It wasn't a lot. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's
And
nice. Okay,
I
so
wasn't like long on the app. No, like the
okay.
dating app, I wasn't
Oh,
long on it. Like I think I met like started it, let's say Saturday, and I
yeah.
think Sunday I matched with my husband, and the
The next
Thursday we
day,
had yeah, 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 yeah. It went so quick.
girl.
And the next
Okay.
Thursday we had our first date. It was like God was like, let's go.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So okay, this was a it was okay. I like
It
that.
was very fast. I actually, because I had a date scheduled with another guy, I think
Mhm.
maybe like the Friday or something or the Wednesday. And I
Mhm.
actually ended up canceling that date because I don't know why. I just felt it in my spirit that I needed to go for my husband. So I canceled that
Yeah.
date. I only went on the date with my husband.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was it. We kept getting dates and
Wow.
everything, but I just knew in my
Mhm.
spirit that it was right. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this part of your love story
No, no,
because I
yeah.
knew about the date, but
Yeah,
if you want to tell me about it, you're going to tell me about it. But today I felt I had to ask you about it.
you had to ask.
So
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I did not know this part,
It went very
girlfriend.
fast. Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
after what period of time you went steady?
Ooh, I would say pretty quick because I came into like, the dating yeah, just the dating phase as in like, okay, so I am dating to get married. So
Yeah.
it's very important to know whether we are compatible like very soon. So
Mhm.
yeah, like so we're not gonna waste each other's time and you're not gonna waste my
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was very straight with that. Yeah.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
realistic.
Mm.
That's what
It
we're talking
is.
about. That's realistic. You're dating to
Yeah.
get married. So I want to go into that a little deeper because that's
Hmm.
it. Like you are
Yeah.
dating to get married. Like I need to be
Yeah.
honest with you. My story is a little different, not that different, but a little different.
Mm.
Maybe I'm going to tell it in this episode, maybe on episode
In
two.
the next
But
one,
my
yeah.
story was kind of different.
Mhm.
But when it comes to dating, you need to be realistic. Why are you dating? You
Yeah.
you were dating to get married. You
Yes.
weren't dating
Yeah.
to have a nice time. You were not dating to um, only be friends with benefit. You were dating to
Mm.
become a wife. And
Yeah.
when you're realistic, I'm sorry, I keep saying it wrong. I keep pronouncing it like it's Dutch.
Realistic.
So yeah,
Yeah.
realistic. Um, you already knew what you wanted from this relationship, so you could make that clear to your partner, and
Yeah.
didn't you didn't have to string him along. He didn't have to
None of
string you
that.
along because he knew what
Mhm.
your main goal was,
Yeah.
but he could decide for himself if that was his goal also, or that you know
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so
And
that's really
yeah,
important.
it's important because I feel like especially in nowadays dating scene, it's not always made
Mhm.
clear.
Yeah.
Like people are like trying to keep their options open a lot.
Mhm.
So they like of course people want to get married or something. But they're
Mhm.
not gonna say immediately like, "Okay, I want to go for you." Like they're not maybe as bold enough, to say like, "Okay, I'm choosing you." And I get it,
Yeah.
I get it, because like you cannot really trust anyone. So
Mhm.
yeah, it can be dangerous. But I would say like for the people who are looking out to date, do it with Papa God. Like honestly, pray
Yeah.
about it. Pray
Yeah.
about it. Like let the
Yeah.
Holy Spirit guide you, because then you cannot
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But that's the difference. The biggest difference between you and I. I
Mm,
was not safe yet by then. When I
mm,
started dating my husband, I
yeah.
do know. Um, I'm gonna give the story another time, but it
Mm-hmm.
is a purposeful marriage. It always was,
Yeah.
even though I wasn't saved yet. So that's different because you were saved. So
Mm-hmm.
was it hard for your partner to date a woman that gave her life to Jesus, or was he okay with you
I would say he
serving
was
Jesus?
okay with it.
Mhm, mhm,
But sometimes because I was still like I was safe, but like because of the circumstances, I could be like this or it could be like this. So sometimes I was a bit how do you say that? confusing. Like what is
Mhm.
it that you really want? You know,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example, like the boundaries that we set, like we go to here and not further. But then another moment I would be like, okay, it's okay or something. Just an
Oh,
example.
yeah, yeah.
So it
You
was
keep
sometimes a bit
fluctuating.
confused.
Yeah.
Exactly. But in
Mhm.
general, like he knew, I was heavy on my faith. He was a believer as well, not as heavy as I was back then,
Mhm.
but he knew what he could expect. It like
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's because the other part of being realistic in when it comes to dating is
Mm.
it's a really important part. Like nowadays, and they tell you, even pastors tell you this, and I'm gonna how do you say it? Dissect this a little bit.
Mhm.
The world tells you to speak into the universe what you want in a man. The pastors
Yeah.
tell you to make a list of what you want in a man,
Yeah.
and the um, people make lists of what they want to see in a partner,
Mhm.
but to me the lists are not fair. Yeah, I'm gonna explain what I mean
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
that. The lists are not fair because you have two options. You can date the person your soul needs to date, who's perfect for you in your image, or you can
Mhm.
date something to have a purposeful marriage. So I think you should always go for the last,
Yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
purposeful marriage. But
I
nowadays
agree.
people preach to you, not only in churches but in the world also, uh, make the list of everything you want a man to be.
Mhm.
And that's okay. I'm not telling you not to do so. Don't come at me. Make that list. Of course, you should make
It
that
can
list.
help.
And
Mm.
but be realistic in the first part. Sometimes the person didn't live up to his full potential yet. Hey,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
the person can become that person that's on your list. But the
Yeah.
other part, what I watch from a side, and I see people stumble on this part. They want
Mhm.
people. I'm going to give an example. I heard a woman, a lady, say this. I want him to make six figures. I want him to have this and that. No children. Da, 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 da. And I was listening to that, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to look into you now.
Yeah.
She had a mediocre job, single mom,
Mm.
mediocre life, but she was
Yeah.
expecting her partner to be excellent, but she was just, mediocre.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to insult anybody, so that's not what I'm trying to do. But you cannot expect excellence while being mediocre. What are you going
Mhm.
to offer your spouse? Hmm?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
going to offer? Do you bring to the table? Because we always talk about what we want other people to bring to the table, but we are not talking about what we are
We.
bringing to the table. So
Yeah.
they are
Right.
so out of it. Like I heard a really famous gospel teacher
Mhm.
teach this. He was teaching at a women's conference a couple of months ago. I don't know if you heard it because I saw so
Mhm.
many people in my
Yeah.
friends list, sorry, um, share this message, and I was like, dude, you are far from God. You are preaching a sugar coated. It was not even
Ooh.
you are preaching sugar and spice and everything nice, but that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
in line with the word. And you cannot teach somebody to expect excellence while bringing mediocrity, you know.
Right.
And it's a
Yeah.
really famous man, and I was like, this is how you use your platform. This is how you deceive people. This is how you
Yeah.
deceive a lot of
That
women.
is
And
not good.
yeah, but Papa tells us go out, multiply, and be fruitful, or be fruitful and
Mhm.
multiply, right? And you are setting these women up for failure because they will never live up to these expectations. These men will
Yeah.
never live up to their expectations because they don't live up to the expectation, And these
Exactly.
women, you are withholding them of from ever getting married or finding the right partner because you
Mhm.
told them to strive for that excellence without bringing anything to the table. You
Right.
don't have to
Yeah.
you don't Of course you don't have to accept everything, but you have to be able to accept flaws because
Yeah,
Papa accepted you
definitely.
with your flaws also. And
Yes.
what do you
Oh
want?
no.
You want to have
A flawless
a
man.
flawless man, perfect,
Mm-hmm.
the most handsome, perfect style to the T,
Mm.
but he has side chicks, you don't know of. Uh, but
Mm.
he's not in line with what Papa wants for you.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Not going to serve being married to the person, choosing that person as a spouse is not going to be beneficial to the kingdom. So
Right.
so what is your take on that?
Yeah.
Because I find it kind of hard to look
I
at stuff like this.
yeah, because that's what you're saying. That's being preached, out in the world and everything. And I feel like what you're saying is right. We need to reflect on ourselves. Like, what is it that I have to change or that I need to start doing
Yeah,
before sending up that list with all those perfect, um, how do you say that? Traits,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because like that's what like because like it was leading up, right? So with the Holy Spirit, like he was like preparing me, to
Mm-hmm.
get married, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically had to like how do you say that, dive into myself and just really look like, okay, what do I need to change? I don't really like serving others. I like to be served, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to start surfing because I cannot expect my husband to serve me if I'm not willing to serve him as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
really he was like really getting me through. Okay, you need to change this. You need to change
Yeah,
that. And in today's world, people would say like, oh, you shouldn't be changing yourself for a man. But I'm saying it's on a spiritual level. It's like
yeah, yeah,
asking Papa, like, okay,
yeah,
what is it that you need to change, that I need to change about myself? Help me with that, guide me with that. Because in
yeah,
return, Papa is going to do the same for your husband, for your spouse,
yeah,
so that the
yeah,
spouse is like perfected or made perfect for you, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, I agree with
yeah.
you. It's
But
sad.
yeah, it's sad because we are all works in progress. We keep talking about this. Like you are
Yeah.
a work in progress, I'm a work in progress.
Mm,
We are not the
yeah,
finished product yet. In the
exactly.
spirit we are, but the flesh and the soul we are not. So
We're
Papa
not.
keeps working on us. So
Mm,
there's so much more he needs to change about us all, and
yeah,
it's not realistic expecting your spouse to be perfect while you're not.
yeah, right.
And sometimes you grow
Mm-hmm.
together because that's what my husband and I went through. We had to
Mm-hmm.
grow together.
Right. I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
because it
Mm.
was not at first I gave my heart to Jesus, and he was a little he took a little longer, but
Yeah.
it's a growth we both go through. And even before we gave our hearts to Jesus,
Mhm.
we were already in the back. Papa was already tweaking us because we
Yeah.
come from two different backgrounds. This is something we're going to talk about in another session.
Mhm.
We come from different backgrounds,
Mm.
and the only thing we really had in common is that we come from broken up homes. So both of our parents
Oh.
are divorced. So
Yeah.
that's the only
Yeah.
thing we had in common. That's the only thing. Can you imagine marrying somebody
Right.
that the only thing you have in common with the person is that your parents are divorced?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Wow. That's sad.
That's
Yeah.
sad. But the thing is, we knew we wanted to do better than our parents.
Mm.
When we got
Mhm.
married, we knew we wanted to do something different. And
Yeah.
before we even got married, because I got married way later than you did, because
Mm.
I, I knew I wanted to get married, but I wasn't focused on that. We
Yeah.
lived together for a while, and okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's not fair to think that you are perfect. You grow. We knew that we had to change things about ourselves because we
Mhm.
come from totally different backgrounds, totally different environments, totally different visions of life.
Yeah.
So we changed a lot before we gave our life to Jesus, because we had to
Yeah.
adjust ourselves to each other, and it's as
Right.
simple as that. You don't have to be
Yeah.
an engineer to understand that. you know
No, definitely
yeah.
not. Yeah.
So I think it's such a setup for bad example for our children and our women to have such unrealistic expectations. I find it
Expectations,
difficult.
indeed.
Yeah, I find
Yeah.
it difficult because like nobody's realistic when it comes to dating. So that's why I'm asking you, what did you do?
You
Because you were
know,
dating to
to
get married, but did
mhm.
you know your husband had flaws? Did you accept the flaws?
Yes.
Obviously, you did, but
Obviously. Yeah. No, and it's funny that you say that because um like when while we were dating, I did have my question marks like, okay, so for example, his relationship with the Lord, it was
Mhm,
different. It was less, and I was like, okay, should I still engage in this? Like, is this okay? So it took a lot of prayer and just,
mhm,
going in my war room, prayer room to say it like that, and really
mhm,
asking God, like, okay, is this the one you have for me? Because it
yeah,
wasn't clear immediately for me, to know.
mhm,
But eventually, Papa God gave me that green light, like, listen, he might be like this now, but he's gonna grow more, he's gonna love me more, he's gonna, really
mhm,
change his life completely. So I need you to
mhm,
continue dating him. But
yeah,
if I did not, if I wouldn't have discussed that with Papa God, I might have, yeah, how do you say that? Lose the opportunity to meet, like, the love of my life. I would,
yeah,
I don't know. With that, I'm a bit like,
yeah,
okay, so would I still end up with him, or would I meet someone else? I don't know for
mm,
sure, but
yeah,
I would miss the opportunity to date this amazing man of God.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
feel like that's a lot happening,
yeah,
in
yeah.
today's, dating scene. We are
Society,
not
yeah,
willing
yeah,
to, yeah, exactly, willing
yeah,
to just pray and really confide with God, like, okay, what is it that you need me
mhm,
to do? We are quick to like just
mhm.
write someone off. Let me say it like that.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't make
yeah,
6 figures or he doesn't have a degree or something.
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like in this world, in this society, they teach you to
Hmm.
look at flaws of everybody else, but your flaws is okay. Like you have
You
the
okay?
song that
Yeah.
your flaws are okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's okay that you are there's nothing wrong with your flaws, you
Hmm.
know? But they are
Yeah.
teaching you to look at all other people's flaws, but don't mind your own flaws. And
Yeah.
I find that kind of difficult. Yeah, yeah, that's not the way we
It's
should.
contradicting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah, and
contradicting.
it's confusing.
Mhm.
But the world right now is confusing. So
Yeah.
um, they really go against God's word, of
Mhm.
course, but not also that. But I'm talking about that. Don't mind my flaws, but I'm gonna highlight every flaw I see in you.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
That's a flaw. That's a
Check.
flaw. Yeah,
Right.
and it's so unrealistic, and I find it
Yeah.
difficult. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
Yeah.
definitely. And not to say because like especially like in marriage, like it's a new phase. S- Things that you wouldn't see in dating during the dating phase, you might start seeing when you're getting married. And maybe that's a good
Mhm.
topic for like the next episode, but it
Yeah.
took like it took some work from within, to also not be
Mhm.
like pointing out flaws and everything. That's
I
the
know.
first. That love doesn't stake account, it doesn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
count everything,
yeah,
every
yeah, yeah,
mistake,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
every,
I know which one you
yeah,
mean. I can
yeah.
come
So
up
that
with it.
that's
Yeah,
a that's a real, we're gonna put it in the description box, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
was a real first
It
as
was
well.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my husband, we've been together a longer period of time before we got married.
Yeah.
But one
Yeah.
thing my husband did, I spoke about it many times before. My husband, he used to cook for me. He used to make the finest
Yeah.
cuisine.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
man married me, and he stopped cooking.
He stopped cooking.
He stopped cooking. He
Yeah.
stopped cooking. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, but he really told me like this, and he's not old fashioned like that, so don't come for
Mhm.
him at all. He was
Yeah.
like, "We're married now, right? Now you can cook." And I was like,
Like,
"Okay,
okay.
okay." It took me a couple of years to adjust to that, and I
Yeah.
just did not understand. But it took Papa to change my vision about this. I
Yeah,
became a
you
stay at
feel,
home
yeah.
mom.
Right.
Um, I worked part time back by that time we got married.
Mhm.
Uh, so I had more time, and he was working full time, of course.
Yeah.
Um, I became a mom after a year and a half or something, maybe a little longer.
Mm.
I need to think about it. No, it took me 2 years, by the way, but
2 years.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and I became a stay-at-home mom, and then I did it. But in my opinion, I was spending a lot of time on his children, so he should have helped me. But he helped me with all
Yeah.
everything else. So it's not that he is really hands-on. He helps with everything, but just not
Mm.
sometimes the cooking, but not like he used to. He bakes. He
Yeah.
makes breakfast in the weekends. He bakes pancakes.
Ooh,
You know, when
yeah.
I marinate the meat, he puts it on a barbecue. That's what he does. But everything else
Yeah.
he does, you know, he helps with the household, everything. But
Mm.
I'm really specifically talking about the cooking because I love this cuisine.
Yeah.
So I was kind of upset that he didn't do make me food anymore. And after a while, because I was so like, I'm taking care of your children and you should compensate me. And he did in everything else. So I was really being
Yeah.
ungrateful. Papa changed my heart. He was like, but you are home. So you are the homemaker. You are supposed to fix that. And not because you
Yeah.
are the woman, but I believe because I'm the wife, I'm a woman, but
Mm.
because I am the housemaker, and the housemaker makes the house. And so I provide the meals, I provide everything. So he had
Yes.
to change my heart. And I didn't mind doing it. I just wanted
Mhm.
some support every now and then. Am I
Yeah.
unrealistic? You
N
know?
I mean, like yeah. No, but it's so funny that you're saying this because we are going through the same a bit,
Hmm.
and I had it with cleaning, I was like, okay, because like I can do like I don't finish my task, okay, so I can be doing the dishes and then I can, start cleaning the living room or something, and at a certain point it gets overwhelming. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I need a little more support and everything. But meanwhile, my husband is helping me with everything, but in the
Yeah.
same way, like you expected it, like how it was in the dating phase, it was the
Yeah.
same with me in the dating phase. Like
Yeah.
yeah, he was helping more, so it felt like, oh, it's falling apart a little. But like you're saying,
Uh,
like Papa is gave me that revelation, like you are the homemaker, so yeah, like
yeah.
it's not a job to like
So
just
make that home, you
make that
know? It's
home
just simple
and
as
be
that.
be
Yeah.
grateful for that position. Yeah. And
Yeah,
not
that's
to
the best
say, because
position
again,
ever.
don't come for my
Yeah.
husband either. He's
Hey,
helping and
don't come for
everything.
my husband
Don't
because
come for no.
you he's relaxed. He's the relaxed one. You
Yeah,
finna find
yeah.
me.
And he
But
he's gonna find you, yeah. Stop, Alicia. Oh my gosh.
uh, but
Yeah,
it's this is the session for today. We're gonna I
yeah,
don't know if it's going to be a part two, but this is the session for today. We need to stop here because otherwise we're gonna
yeah,
take too long. Um, can wait to see you next Sunday. And don't forget to follow us on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Alicia's Word. And then we will be live with a word. So
yeah.
thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Chanel, for being so upfront. I
Thank you.
appreciate you and I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ciao.
Bye.